Okay. All right, let's see here. Twitch TV. How do I look, Twitch TV? All right, we are live. Hello, hello. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and bring in the people. Alrighty. All right. Let's play some music. We'll give the bot to go ahead and another second here before it spams. What up, Jay? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. We've got set up a little bit. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Hopefully we don't get attacked this evening. What's up, Jax? How's it going, man? We'll give people a second to start loading in here. This is indeed the first one in the US. You are absolutely correct. It's a pretty cool looking build. I'm excited for this. I gave it a quick peek, as you can see, with this liner sticking out. Gave it a quick peek earlier today. Let's see here. And then let's do a quick message here. Ooh, ouch. Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't know there was a Space65 Discord. Yeah, let them know. Oh shoot, what's up, Elite? How you doing, buddy? Alright, did my bot ping yet? It didn't. Still doing a little bit of intro here, guys. As soon as my bot pings, we'll go live. This will be a fun build, though. We're doing a build with Outemu Sky switches. So I've not used those before, so I'm looking forward to that. While we are waiting, oh no, I've got everything in the box. Yeah, we're good. We are good. So who's used those before? Outemu Skies. Oh, what's up, Tom? How you doing, buddy? I actually have fantastic news for you. I meant to update you earlier tonight. So I was talking to Mike, and you are good to go. I will be out of town this weekend, but upon return we should link up. So yeah, that's good news there. Your Orion build is 100% complete. Yeah, I'm curious to try them out, Jack Static. I'm very interested to see as well. They felt good. I mean, I was just kind of messing around with them from a quick little, you know, it's hard to tell with a switch in your hand, but yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Who's a liar? What, am I lying? You caught me lying? We had speed bumps, but you're back now. Oh, Jay. Oh, I missed that. You got a snowmando. Woo-wee. That's what I'm talking about. You guys going back and forth on the bro trades, huh? Let's see if I can do something a little different here. Let's switch that and give us a little bit more. Also, while we're waiting, you know what I should do? I should see if I can tell this game to not do walls. I don't like it when it does that. Let's see here. Nah, no. Doesn't look like it. Let's go to their main website here. I don't think there's anything to this here. Yeah, no, there's no updates. Yeah, whatever. If the Intro Warrior gets too crazy when stream actually starts going here, we'll turn it off. What's up, BBS Allen? Oh, is that OG Allen? What's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? We're just about to get going here in just a little bit. Did my bot ping in Discord yet? It didn't. Oh, it did. My bot did ping. All right, cool. We are ready to get started then. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Popeye? Joe Cool, what's going on? How's it going, everybody? I hope you all are having a fantastic night. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Tonight, we are building the Space65. I've been told that this is actually the first Space65 in the United States. So, yeah, we're excited to unveil this for you guys. This will be a cool one. It comes packed really in a cool box. You get this Gray Studio box from them, made with love by Air Potter. Pretty nice. I mean, it's a pretty good unboxing experience, right? So kind of pretty close to like Key Cult level quality. Let me do this for 1 second here while I'm unboxing. Let me turn off this. I'll turn Intro Warriors back on here in a second, guys. Let me turn that off for a second so you can see. Yeah, and then on the inside sleeve here, of course, some nice packing material. It does not come like this with the the switches and everything in it. These are actually the Outemu Skies that we're going to be using for the build tonight. And then this is the hardware, if I'm not mistaken, for the case. You get a. Let's open it up here and take a look. You get an Allen key in case you don't have the attachment for the hex screws that come with this. And then you get what look to be in these small little black drug baggies. Some more feet. Oh yeah, so you get the clear feet as well. So the feet, which are right here, these are the black feet. So you can either use these, or within these little baggies, there's clear versions of these. So I won't bother with taking those out, but that's what's in these here, and then the little hex tool, like I said. So that's nice. Designers these days are using these hex screws, and a lot of times you won't have a good tool to put those together, and so it's nice that he's including that. Here's the stabilizers, pretty standard GMK screw and force there. And here is the board itself. So we've got a carbon fiber plate, this cool PCB with these black, the black fiberglass with the gold pads. It looks like the traces are black on this thing as well. Pretty cool though. I'm a fan of this look. I think it's nice, really stealthed out, solid look. So cool little design here in the bottom right, and then you have the LED indicator built in up here. The side profile, here's the clean side. The back side with this sort of like two-tone gray and black with the USB-C connection, pretty cool there. And then on the right side is this little RGB diffuser. Front's pretty basic, has just a tiny little cutout here, but other than that, pretty basic. Seams come together quite nicely. It's a great build quality. And then here's the butt. So you've got the Gray Studio Space65. Gray Studio Space65. It looks like Air Potter can't really decide which way he wants to orient text. He's got Voyager 1 going this direction. He's got Gray Studio going this way. He's got Space65 going this way. But either way, I think at the end of the day, it looks pretty sharp. Nice thick padded material that this thing is shipping in. The only thing that's not too thick, the bottom foam and the top foam. I don't know if he had an insert that went in on top of the case to even this out, but this is what the top foam looks like, and that's the equivalent of what's in the bottom right now. So Probably could have some thicker foam there, but the box is really nice. So yeah, we're looking good there. So we'll go ahead and get rolling here and get the case opened up and take a look at the plate, as well as, actually, you know what, I'll do this. Make sure I don't get anything on the top of the case. There we go. I'm not wearing my gloves. I probably should be. My fingerprints are getting on this black case. So it's nice. We're going brass screws on this. That's the new meta, right? We're going brass. We're going all brass hardware. Who was it? I saw somebody post that the other day. So the one thing that I'll state that I'm not a big fan of right off the bat is it looks like the screws are magnetic. That's fantastic. So I like that. The hardware's great, but it looks like, do the bump-ons overlap with? They sure do. The bump-ons overlap with the hardware inserts here. And so these two screw holes, you're going to have to pull that bump-on off if you want to open the case back up after you've installed it, it looks like. So I don't love that. You got the red bottom, black top. Nice, Jax. Red bottom, black top. That's a good combo. I can't think of a issue you'd have there. Put that together with like some of the Syriac, the sub-legends. You know what I'm getting at. The beige GMK sub-legends. Okay, nice. All right, so here we go. So jumping in here. Oh, that's cool. On the inside of the case, it's a little bit dusty, but can you guys see that? Can you guys see that design there? That's kind of cool. I like that. What is that? Is that like, it almost looks like the Morse code lines and dashes on the bottom. And then it's kind of cool. Yeah, that makes sense, Jax. Cut the bump-ons in half, do a little bit of modification there so that so you don't run into an issue. So this back piece here, the Voyager 1, this is a different piece of the case. Comes right off, and it's actually mounted by 3 magnets right here. So hopefully no issues going forward there with that. But yeah, seems to hold in place just fine. Pretty cool. I think it relates to hydrogen or something. All right, cool. I'll go with that. Hydrogen or something. Why not? So then it looks like the other piece here on the bottom part of the case is this LED diffuser, which does look like it comes out. I've got it, like, it's a really nice fit though, and so it's not falling out on its own, and it is sitting flush right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it in there, but just you have that little RGB strip there. So we'll go ahead and put this off to the side. Happy with the look there. So let me think here. Where am I at with DMs? I want to make sure too real quick. Do I have... Yeah, there we go. Alan, I do remember you did check in, right? If you're in chat still, Alan, let me know if you want me to do anything like that with your bump-ons. So you do have 2 sets. You have the black bump-ons, and then you also have these little black baggies that have the clear bump-ons. If you want me to cut any of those or do any sort of modification to try and make it so that you can still get to that hardware on the bottom of it, do let me know. So here's the PCB. Good looking PCB. like I said, all black with black traces and these gold pads. So I think I'm a big fan of this look. I think that looks pretty sharp. Oh, that's an interesting PCB design. Take a look at this, guys. So here in the corner, you actually have this fiberglass going at a different orientation for the RGB LEDs on the side. So instead of having the typical RGB diffusion that just goes on the bottom, where you'd have some LEDs here, you have instead a side mount on them. That's kind of cool. Here's the front of the PCB, and then there's the LEDs there on the top as well. Excuse me. There's the LEDs on the top there as well for that top little line that I showed you. So cool. I'm digging it. Cutting is fine with you. That is fine with me as well, Alan. All right, we'll go ahead and do that then. All right, so let me go ahead and get the plate removed. I'm digging the hardware. I like magnetic hardware. So I'm just thinking, I have not built a keyboard with a carbon fiber plate before. This will be a first for me. Yeah, this will be cool. So we got the Space65 first build in the United States. We got a carbon fiber plate, which is new for me, and we've got Outemu Skies, which are also new for me. So I'm looking forward to this. Go ahead and fill us in too, Alan. I can't remember what you said we did for Lubing on the Outemu Skies. What ultimately was the tuning for those switches? Because I'm sure people will ask me as well as I'm building tonight. There we go. So there's the plate. Yep. Well, we are going with tactiles. So there you go. Yep. There's the plate. So that'll go just like that. And the case is looking good on the top as well. I don't see any issues here with anodization or any sort of Mars or markings from the factory. So yeah, we're solid. The only thing I don't see, let me know, chat, if you think it potentially, was there ever an acrylic piece that went into this top component here? Was there something that was supposed to fit in there? And is it maybe, oh, you know what? I bet you, hold on. It's not. What I just opened up out of this black little baggie, I bet you one of these is an acrylic piece and not an extra bump on. I saw it and I thought it was clear. I thought it was a bump on. I bet you this is an acrylic piece for that top. Let's see what we got here. No, these are bump ons. Is it? Well, hold on. No. None of this is sticky, so no, this isn't a bump on. I believe this goes, yep, this just goes right up in here. So that'll diffuse, yep, there we go. That'll diffuse the top light there in the top of the case. There we go. There's a bunch of extras. Is this just to fill it in? Do I do 2 of these? Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Outemu Skies have been lubed with 3204. So I wonder if I just stack these. Stack them so that they sit a bit more flush. There's that. And then what is this? I have another here. Hey, Jane Cat, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. I appreciate that. Okay, so you just have a couple of extras here as well. So these are extra inserts for the LED on the left side top case. So there you have it. We have identified what those are. They're not extra bump-ons. They're diffusers. There we go. All right, we'll put that off to the side as well. All right, guys, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and get my USB-C cable. I will turn Intro Warriors back on. I will be back in about a minute, maybe 2. We're back. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let me catch up with chat real quick, too, while we test our PCB. Go ahead and put our top case off to the side. All right, what have I missed? Great to see the Space65 in the wild, absolutely. I do agree. I think the anode looks great as well. Cutting the. Okay, yeah. So we are going to cut those bump on so that we can get to the hardware still. Yep. Let's see here. Nice. Okay, cool. Cygnus. Not sure what I'm watching right now. So Cygnus, I don't know when you just tuned in, but we've got a combo of a keyboard build going on tonight, and then also some intro warriors at the moment. The game we're looking at is we're looking at PAX. It's called Intro Warriors. Is the game I've got overlaid on it right now. And if you can find a way to unlock the machine gun, you will be the #1 ultra warrior for Intro Warriors this evening. I think who holds down the record? I think the record right now on stream is 15 kills. It was a busy night. Somebody had a lot of machine gun kills in that one. They were able to just stand in the corner and mow people down. All right, let's go ahead and plug in here. So there we go. That's a good sign. We've got the RGB on both the sides and the top looking good. I'm going to go ahead and just open up Switch Hitter and test a couple of the switches just real quick, make sure. So Cygnus, if this is the first time you've seen a stream of this type before though, if you're into engineering, you're in for a treat. We're building a custom keyboard here. All right, so the PCB looks good. I'm gonna go with, after testing about 5 or so of these switches, that we are good. And that I'm not gonna run into problems here. Delete, insert, page up, page down. These should be arrow keys down here. I don't have switch hitter up on the screen, I don't believe at the moment. So sorry guys in advance. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I've got switch hitter up. I'm just testing real quick to make sure the PCB looks to be in good working order. I've tested a good amount. I've tested a key from every row. I'd say we're good. So we will disconnect that. So that is looking solid. All right, sweet. Let me close switch hitter down. Oh yeah. So Intro Warriors is a little crazy, but I think it keeps things interesting as I get into some of the more, what I find menial tasks of the evening. So what we're gonna do here is build this out with a 6.25 stabilizer, and we've got stabilizers on the left, enter, and backspace key. So we did end up with one extra stabilizer, Alan. I'll go ahead and put that back in the bag here and ship that back to you when we go. What's up, Jacob's Mirror? How you doing, man? Good to see ya. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you in these parts before. Forgive me if you have and I'm just forgetting. What's up, Ragin' Agent? Nathan Kim's Discord. That's what I'm talking about. Us keyboard variety streamers have to stick together. Welcome to my channel as well, my friend. I hope you enjoy your stay. Where the Band-Aids at? What's up? What's up, Andy? How you doing, brother? The real question is where them knobs at? Where them Satisfaction 75 knobs at? How you doing tonight, man? All right, we've got our lube. We're set here. Guys, give me 2 seconds. I've been previously clipping my stabilizers over my desk. I've decided that I don't like those little black prongs and pieces of plastic everywhere. So what I'm going to do is run over to the trash can in the kitchen and clip my stabilizers. If you've not seen this part of the process before, what I am doing is cutting off this prong that sticks up. Oh, you can't really see it. That's tough lighting. I'm cutting off 2 prongs on the bottom of it. There's multiple videos on YouTube if you're curious. I've kind of got the lighting there. Hold on. I'm cutting off that prong. There we go. I'm cutting off that prong and then that prong. The 2 prongs that kind of stick up and are beveled a little bit, you can see that prong and the one on the other side. Those are the 2 that are getting cut off. I'm going to do that over my trash can, like I said, so I don't get little plastic bits all over my desk. I will be back in just a moment. Hang tight, guys. All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. As I said, not a fan of those things flying around my desk. Okay. Where are we at? Let me catch up on chat again real quick. Oh, there we go. Good to hear, Andy. Hope everything's coming together nicely with those artisan knobs. I remember seeing the couple teasers of them on Instagram the past few days. They're looking real nice, man. I'm loving the updates. 5 minutes left. Blues up 4-0. They are going to win their first cup. How about that? I have not been watching much of the Stanley Cup final after the Caps got knocked out. I have to be honest. I was rooting for San Jose there, but you know, what can you do after my Capitals got knocked out? That is. Gino, I hear you, man. I generally have the same issue, and I end up finding them for weeks on end after after clipping them from all my builds. My office is always full of them. Alrighty. We're getting there now, guys. So let's go ahead and start lubing stabilizers. We'll have a real informative stream tonight. So if you guys haven't tuned into a keyboard build, I'll be taking us through the A and Z of building keyboards. I use 205G0. What I do to start off is I paint the insides of these housings here with 205, and then I put the sliders in, and then I paint the wires, and then I inject the housings. After inserting the wires into the stabilizers, I inject the housings with super lube as well, just to make sure that wire doesn't rattle. Stabilizer tuning is probably one of the most important parts of a keyboard build, in my opinion. If you've got rattly stabilizers, doesn't matter how much you spend on a board if it's not built right. Oh, I was absolutely ecstatic with last year, Cygnus. I was in DC watching the games at the Verizon, well, what is it? It's not the Verizon Center, it's Capital One Arena now. For games 4 and 5 on the road, and it was just an absolute party. Yeah, Hughes is a big pickup for the Devils, right? I remember lots of bad years ending with a loss to the Devils too. So I think we've had our fair share of back and forths, our teams. Yeah, I'm optimistic for next year. You know, I think we kind of got cold at the wrong time. We had highlights for sure, and we lost a couple of key players, one going into the playoffs, and losing TJ Oshie in the playoffs was rough. It wasn't our time for a repeat, I feel like. But at the end of the day, the Capitals getting knocked off in round 1, personally, I thought that was embarrassing. I didn't think that should have happened still. Despite where the state of our team, I didn't think we were another repeat team, but I didn't think we were a round 1 knockoff team. We just didn't want it as much. Oh yeah. Super hard to repeat. You've got to have, I'm still convinced, I think you have to have a chance at repeating, I think you have to have one of the best goalies in the league. Because so much of finals is predicated on having a goalie that can just have shutout nights. Oh yeah. I gotta tell you, seeing the Capitals playing in June last year, though, that might be the highlight of my sports life so far. And I did witness 2 Redskins Super Bowl wins. But I was a lot younger for that. I don't remember those as well. I wasn't as of a diehard fan at that time. It was a big year for my whole family in terms of sports. My wife is a Philadelphia Eagles fan, and so them pulling in the Super Bowl and me pulling in the Stanley Cup, we both had a fantastic year. Couldn't have been better too. The Eagles beating the Patriots. I'm not one of those sports fans that loves to see the Patriots lose. I know there are many of those out there. What in the world? Get out of here, fly. I know there are many of those fans out there, but man, I don't mind it. I don't mind it when I see them lose. I love that season where the Patriots went, like, what was it, 18-1? They won every game except the game that really mattered. And they lost to Eli Manning. Peyton Manning's shitty little brother. That was a fantastic end note for that season. Stars fan checking in. What's up, man? Alright, so back to keyboard builds though. We've got a fun one tonight. On to lubing some stabilizer wires. I am actually going to paint these tonight. I'd been dipping them in the lube before, but I'm going to paint my wires tonight. Oh yeah, there we go. Are you coming in from the Space65 Discord? I remember, I think somebody said they were going to post a link to stream in chat there. Welcome if you are. You've got a beautiful board on the way. I was laughing. So the client I'm building this for, apparently he was the guinea pig for shipping these boards to the United States. So turned out great. If you missed the unboxing portion of the stream, I'll show you guys the packing material here in a moment. I want to go ahead and get through the stabilizer modding here before I get too deep into the evening. All right, let me catch up on chat real quick. Yeah, someone posted it. What color is the? So I'm building the one tonight. I'm building it in black. It's got the gray accent on the back of it as well. I don't know if that was standard for all of them. So you've picked up a Think 6.5. Nice. And then can you put the Space65 frame somewhere in the stream? I can. Are we talking about, when you say frame, do you mean the case? I can do that. It's over here right now. Let me go ahead. Because I have it taken apart right now. But here's the top part of the case. And how about we do this? Let me go ahead and move my beverage. And I will put it up like here. Huh, there we go. Now you can still kind of see it. There we go. Yeah, I'll definitely be showing off more of the frame here as well too once I get near the tail end of the build. But yeah, that'll show it off a little bit as we're building tonight. Yeah, Gio, I think you missed a good one. What happened, man? Why didn't you pick one up? And welcome, by the way. I don't think I've seen you in chat here before, Gio. I think we've played. What was that game in between Apex Legends and Fortnite? What was that? Was it Realm Royale? I think we played some Realm Royale together, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound familiar, Gio? Well, considering it's really a playerless game, Jax, I'm not surprised. It's kind of like marbles. Hey, Cygnus, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime subscription. I appreciate that, buddy. Enjoy your stay, my friend. They really did too, didn't they, Gio? That was a fun battle royale game for a little bit, and then they really dropped the ball. Pretty much deciding to do away with all the entire class archetype situation. Yeah, they really messed that game up. That game had a lot of potential. People were playing it too. Yeah. Hey Cygnus again, thanks man, I appreciate that. I know you guys can't hear it, but I'm liking the vibe tonight as well. I've got the windows open, it's raining. I love that raindrop sound on the roof as you're hanging out. The best is when you're like going to sleep and it's cold and you have the windows open and the rain rolling down. I just missed something here. What happened? What did I just miss? I think somebody just followed. Ah, I missed it. Yep. So Factory of Idols, Beadlocks, Gons Stark, Geo, Time Lord Alonzi. Thanks everyone for the follows. I appreciate that. And James Cat, I think I caught you earlier. Thanks very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. If I didn't, Alan, thanks for the follow. Charlie, again, thank you for the follow as well. I think I'm caught up now. I got behind on the follower messages. Appreciate you guys. Enjoy your stay. Oh yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking, Rope. It absolutely is. So in the house I grew up in, there was actually a skylight in the room, in my bedroom as a kid. And yeah, there was nothing I loved more. It was one of those old school skylights too, that with that like large pole, you could like shimmy it open. And so, yeah, there was nothing I loved more than having, of course that wouldn't be open when it was raining, but yeah, having the windows on the sides of the house open and the rain hitting the roof, the best way to go to sleep for sure. We can indeed, Gons. Give me 1 second. I'll get a close-up of the artisan caps here in just a minute. I'm going to finish tuning these stabilizers, and I will move on to that in just a second. I showed a quick close-up as well of the Space65 top. I've got that in the background right there, as you guys can see. I'll also show here in just a minute after we finish tuning stabilizers I'll show off the bottom of the case as well real quick. Give me just a second to finish tuning the stabilizer here. We've got one more to go, and then we'll show these items off. Yeah, the skylight was clutch. I too would love a skylight. I do not have that in my bedroom currently. But I do have these fantastic office windows. I got a blind for them. So I got one of those new cordless blinds the other week. I had to special order it because this window in my office is absolutely ginormous. And the cost of this blind was obscene. Like, I need to start selling blinds obscene. If you've bought blinds recently, you know the struggle is real, especially custom ordering them. My God, it was expensive. All right, so I think a signature move of mine, I really like, if you guys have tuned into my builds before, you've seen this move. This is how I finish off my stabilizer tuning. I take Super Lube, and this container that it comes in is absolutely perfect, this little needle nose application. And what I do is I put it in the stabilizer behind this black wire. So as you enter the wire into the housing, a lot of times that bottom portion of the rail will slide the lubricant off. And so I go in right here at the back end with a little bit more, really sort of fills that gap in to make it so that you don't run into issues with your stabilizer wires making any noise. Highly recommend that modification. Good way to really make sure that you're not going to have any issues with your stabilizer wires. Sebastian with a big jump on him. Gio's playing that peak game with the wall, though. Oh, no. Bastion taken out with 5 kills. Who's our kill leader so far tonight? The kill leader overall, as I was saying earlier in the stream, I believe is 15 kills. Has anyone come close to that so far? I have a feeling that will be a hard one to beat. 5 is the lead. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling that will be a hard one to beat. I think it was Lubed. Did Lubed Helios have the 15 kill game? I can't remember. I always forget. All right, so I had a couple requests here. Let me do a couple things. Especially after the lubricant, I want to go ahead and put these on. Make sure I'm not getting fingerprints on the case. And I will show off a couple things here, guys. I'm sorry, I know we got a little epic battle royale going. I'm gonna go ahead and hide that for a second though, and I'm gonna show you guys the Space65 case and the cool little designs we've got on it. This thing is pretty neat. So anyone from the Space65 forums that actually know what these logos are, please jump in and tell me and everyone else. So there's a cool little logo here. This is the top case. You've got a blocker, and then pretty seamless, nice design, right? There's a blocker here, not a blocker, but an LED indicator here with some diffusers that we've gone ahead and entered in there. Really good case quality. Everything came out looking really nice. No issues at the anodization that I can see. And anything that you are seeing that looks like it might be an inconsistency is me and my fingerprints from earlier. So I do apologize for that. Wiping that down with a microfiber cloth would absolutely make it so that it's flawless. Let me go ahead and show the bottom of the case here as well. So we got a couple things going on with the bottom of the case. Hydrogen. Okay, so I know, yeah, so it's Voyager related, hydrogen, yeah, Voyager icon. Yeah, so, yeah, pretty cool. I like the theme, though, of it, right? This looks like all just dust, so don't worry about any specs you see. But there's the other portion of the logo there on the bottom of the case. Pretty cool stuff there. I like that a lot. There's a RGB diffuser on the left side. The right side is pretty clean. The front of the case has got this one little beveled edge, and then the consistency across the front. And then in the back, you've got this two-tone gray and black with the Voyager. So pretty solid. Gray Studio, Space65. And so the only pet peeve that I've had so far, and one of the modifications that I will be doing special for our client this evening, is I'm going to be doing little cuts on the bump-ons so that the hardware doesn't get covered up by that. You never know. you know, some people build their board once and then they never open it up again, but I'm gonna opt to, well, and the clients opted to go ahead and have those bump on cutouts. All right, so there was another request here real quick. Let me move this out of the way to show off some artisans. I'll show you guys my monochrome box. Here you go. Here we are. And then there's some more of the CYO keycaps on my Tris, and then my last pilot there. I've also got a KWK Mummy, the Mummy 3 on my 910. And then I have some other caps as well. What led you to believe I'm a monochrome fan, Callus? Monochrome is indeed life, Andy. Here's my non-monochrome box. As you can see, my non-monochrome collection is a little bit lacking. I've got the OG CYO keycaps, the Packet Pilot Yeti Owl, and what were you calling this one, Andy? Was that the Ranger? I can't remember. And then, is that, this one's, oh God. Is this one Instinct? Or is that one Memory? I can't remember. The Gorilla, Rhino, and Elephant are Instinct, Memory, and, Instinct, Memory, and, I can't remember. Elephant is Memory, okay. Instinct, and then, what was the third? I'm having a brain fart. But then, yeah, I got a couple bots here. These were the 420 bots and then an HFO1 bot. And then this was my dream that never came to fruition. I actually have an Interstellar Pink stump around here somewhere too, but that's the Interstellar Pink bot, Bronin, and then a stump. I could never find the Reaper though. So I really wanted to complete that set. It was not meant to be though. The only one that I've found that's actually in existence still today is in the hands of a Chinese collector who I think will probably not give that up. So, there's the artisans. Quick little intermission. Let's go ahead and get back into building. We'll put our Space65 top case back up over here. There we are. Yeah, HFO1 is very nice. I've actually got, you know me with monochrome. I've got a trade in the hopper for that one that's been pending for quite some time. But that one might be switching hands here. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe shortly. Network. That's what it was. Network, Memory, and Instinct. Yep. And then Instinct was the Rhino. Yep, I remember that. Nice. I would hope he knows, Jax. All right. Now let's go ahead and get a little bit more dexterity here that we're done handling things that need care. And we will go ahead and do some stabilizer tuning. There they are. So speaking of artisans and just keyboards in general, anyone have any good mail days lately? The latest mail day that I had, or the latest mail update that I have, is on my Space Bunny. I've got one of the Trip and Dip Space Bunnies coming in that I'm very much so looking forward to. Oh, nice, Cygnus. What'd you end up going with for that build? Ha ha ha. Yep, that sounds right. Lots and lots of gold things. You are to gold things as I am to black and white monochrome things. Oh, I saw you ended up getting one of the CYO elephants too, right? Jacob's Mirror? I think I remember seeing you added that to your collection after KeyCon, right? Got in on the T1 group buy. There we go. Nice. Hey, Claudius, what's going on, man? Good to see you, bud. You were still waiting on yours. Which one? Did you get one of the Space Bunnies as well? I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, Claudius, I don't think any of those are in the wild yet. I did ask just the other day, or no, it was today. I asked today for an update, and Bunny said that those should be coming soon-ish. So, take that for what it's worth. Maybe we'll be seeing those hit the streets here soon. I've seen the pink one, the pink and gray one. I can't remember what the colorway for that was. Oh, does Corgi have his? He might have one of the first ones. So that I'm not sure. But you're right. I do remember seeing somebody take pictures of it because, yeah, I remember it came right out after the group buy. And so I wonder if he got, I mean, his pictures came out, I feel like, almost instantly. And so I almost wonder if, like, I almost wonder if he had gotten his before Bro had even done the sale. I'm not sure on that. But either way, I've got that coming in soon. Soon, TM, right? Okay. And one more to go. Oh, we have a little bit of goopiness on this one. Let me clean this up real quick. Corgi is bro confirmed. I like how Marcus showed up at KeyCon with a bro caps name tag. So, but yeah, I think I started my train of thought, but I don't know if I finished it. So, as I was saying, I did see a pink and gray one in person, and yeah, they're cool. They're a cool looking cat. I liked the profile. I really liked the detail with the little tubes on the front of the cap. I thought the bunny itself underneath the visor looked great. I think it's really cool. So yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing mine in person. I like the colorway of the Trip and Dip even more than the gray and pink one too. So yeah, Claudius, we missed you, man. I wish you could have made it too. Oh, Cygnus, you've got a deep dive upcoming if you're thinking about getting into artisans and you haven't yet. They are quite addicting. Yep. Next thing you know, you got an artisan box full of them, and you're wondering how I got here. It happens. I never expected it to happen to me. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I fell down the rabbit hole too. So here's our switches for tonight. Creamy. Oh, and then real quick before I mess something up, let me check here. I can't remember actually for the life of me. Did we say Hey Alan, are you in chat still? I'm scrolling back up through chat now. I want to make sure. Yeah, we said split backspace, right? So excuse me, I'm about to do something silly. We do not need a 2U stabilizer on the backspace. Just confirm real quick before I unscrew it too. We're doing a split backspace, not a 2U, right? Split backspace is a go. All right, cool. I almost built your board with a 2U backspace. I'm glad I double checked on that. I was like, oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I can't remember. So your split backspace, actually, I will be shipping you back a extra stabilizer that has been lubed and one that has been not lubed. So there we go. All right, split right shift. Yeah, and the only option is a split right shift. And so, yep, that's a green light there. And then we'll do a split backspace. So our stabilized keys are gonna be this left shift and the enter key. I'll go ahead and get those seated here. And see how those feel. Go. That's looking good. Oh man. Even with the PCB mount, these little guys don't want to hold in there. Alright, so let me do this. With that being the case, we will go ahead and put some of these switches in here. Before, and then get them all lined up together. Get it so that our plate doesn't get pushed down whenever we go to put a switch in. And then the bottom row on it, Alan, we're doing the 6.25, I know, but then also we're doing win key then as well. I take it. So we're doing a 1.25er for the mods there. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Cool. Oh yeah. All right, let's catch up real quick. Did I miss anything else? I think I did. I missed a couple. So Boy314 and Pluto19, thank you guys very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry for missing that earlier. I hope you're still hanging out around chat. All right, let's go back over here. something's not sitting right here. Oh boy. There we go. Now we're sitting flush. There we go. Okay, so Alan, confirm for me too. Are we doing a split caps lock, or are we doing the standard caps lock, or the stepped caps lock, or split? Yeah, I'll tell you, Factory of Idols. So what happens with a lot of people is they get in and then they find things they like, and then it becomes a quick downward progression or upward progression, depending on how you look at it. So I decided that I liked the colorway monochrome, which is pretty popular. So not the wisest choice for my wallet, but I just love that look. I love black and white and grayscale as well. I think just looks really, really good. And so that's my colorway of choice. And so I collect multiple different sculpts that I like the look of in black and white colorway. Some people choose colorways, some people choose sculpts. Hunting specific sculpts is probably more economically friendly depending on what sculpt you select. So since starting collection of my artisans, I've got one very rough what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having a brain fart right now. Announcement to make, is for lack of a better way of putting it right now, because I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but man, why am I having I'm just not thinking. What I want to say though is that ETF is a pitfall for me, because I know if I start collecting ETF, I'm going to want one of every single sculpt in that colorway. And so that is going to be difficult for me. If you pick monochrome, you hate yourself. That's fairly accurate. You're doing yourself a disservice. Well, you're doing your wallet a disservice day one if you pick monochrome as the item of choice that you're looking for. Because I will tell you, and I don't even consider myself in that group, but I will tell you there is a core group of monochrome collectors that are in it, and in it heavily. And so we all fight over the exact same caps. Jax, thanks so much for the tier 1 subscription, man. I really appreciate it. 4 months in a row. I appreciate you, man. Thank you very, very much. And don't do it. ETF will kill your morale. I agree. ETF wins are very tough. But yeah, leave less for you, and they leave less for me. So I've been on a rough streak lately, actually, with Poison Summer. I've been like looking at my phone, and then for like the 5 minutes that I look away, that's when the sale comes up, and I'll come back a minute or two later, and I'll be like, the form will have just closed. Feels bad, man. Feels real bad. All right, so before I get too crazy far in depth into the build here, I want to just very quickly pop on a couple of keys. Do I have... Nope, that's a 7U. Yeah, I got a 6.25 and some beige here. Any burb available? Yeah, hate. I would agree with you there, man. Green is a tough colorway. Hyperfuse is super, super popular. Green is super popular. What am I doing here? Do I have... Let me see here. I think I have... Yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, I have... We're going to do a build tonight with... We're going to do some RGBY. What do you guys think of that? Or not Y, but RGB. We'll do some Desco mods on this build. Can I find? I have like a green and a red one in here. Oh, that's the RGB cap for that one. Alright, let's go over here. Let's move on. I really just want to find some stabilized keys. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry in advance. Rip camera. Let's see if I can reach in my drawer here and find the keycaps. Yeah, these will work. Okay. Yep, I need those. And then I thought I had a 6.25 space in ABS, but I think we're gonna rely on a PBT plastic tonight. I can't find it tonight. Should have been prepared with that before I took the stream live. It's all good, we'll get there, guys. All right, let me fix the camera angle here real quick. Okay, and let me take a look here. There we go. And there we go. All right. Mummy collectors. Yeah, Broshitos are actually, that would be a good cap to jump in on. I think it's just you collecting those, right, Jax? Are you the only Broshito collector? Oh yeah, that sounds good. Got them all. Do you really have all the Broshitos? Because that's fantastic. Not collecting those Broshitos anymore. I got them all, brother. That's an impressive feat, I must say. Yeah, here we go, guys. Here we go, guys. Here we go, guys. We might just be doing... I hope I have the 1.25 modifiers for this build. We'll find out soon enough. All right. We'll figure this out. Hopefully we don't have mixed up beiges. The stabilized keys feel very nice though. You scored a fake one. I didn't know fake Broshitos were running. Oh, you know what? I do. I remember now that you've mentioned that. I remember you posting an image. Where did that come from? Because that's fantastic. I didn't know there were fake Broshitos. Andy was actually telling me a little history about the Broshito in our on our road trip up to KeyCon too that I didn't know. I didn't know the Broshito was a collab. I had no idea. Yeah, I'd say hardest colorway to start collecting in terms of Artisans is probably monochrome first. And as Haight and maybe a couple other people said, green is really tough. I'd say purple and like colorway keycap colorway options then kind of come into play too. Like Hyperfuse is a super popular color. You've got laser, like people collect laser keycap colors. Those are super popular. The Corgi's probably the #1 laser keycap collector. I think he's got just about everything he's looking for these days. If you guys want to see a crazy laser keycap collection, hit up Corgi Butts. That dude has got. What board does he have it on? Does he have it on a Singa? I think he has like a 75 with like the complete function row filled up with laser keycaps. Am I mistaken there? I can't remember what board he has. Nope, this is pretty standard. Pretty standard plate sizing. It actually goes down a little bit too. You can see the space bar terminates and the plate goes a little further past that. So it's probably even, if anything, a little bit wider than some. Yeah, it could be angle. Definitely angle. Oh, Haight got a big update. You ready for this? I got the articulating arm as well as the overhead camera coming in. So next stream, we should have multiple camera angles. I'm looking forward to that. So we'll have the over the shoulder for shots like this, and then we'll have the straight overhead. Is that what he's doing to control it? Is he using a foot pedal? I don't know if I'll go that crazy, but I should get a foot pedal. That's dope. That's great that he's using a foot pedal. Did he build one or did he buy one? Nope, that didn't sound good. Yeah, no, it's fine. Thought I lost a pin there. Although that wouldn't have made that sound. Okay. All right, we need to make sure. Let us make sure we don't lose this one. I'll go ahead and straighten this pin out. It was just a little bit crooked. There we go. Okay. Oopsie. I've got this one up here too that I need to get in there. That's too funny. Are you serious, Andy? Does he really have a 3 big switch pedal? That's great. That's like such a custom mechanical keyboard nerd thing to do. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing, something probably like what you just said, Jax. I'll probably just have a key map to it, and then I'll go from there. Oh, that's funny. That's great that he lubed the stems up for his pedal. Hey, you got to, right? Got to go all in. All right, let's see if we have. Man, some of these pins, when I say bent, they are like bent. And I know I didn't do that, because that's like straight up bent in half. We're gonna do a little bit of surgery here on this pin. Hopefully we can resurrect it. Yeah, that is bent. Alright, good on that one. Let's go ahead and put that back in. Alright, yep, that's looking good. Alright, let's go ahead and just take a second here. I'll go ahead and turn Intro Warriors back on for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure the rest of these switches are all pinned in correctly through these through holes. Oh, and by making sure they're all pinned in, I mean I'm gonna throw them across the office. Ooh, there we go. Man, we're gonna be doing surgery on a couple of these. Hopefully we won't have issues with these guys. Aside from just a little pin out here and there. He was stepping on the gasket? Oh my goodness. Yes, Mike, right? Get the solder cam in there. Who does that? I can't remember now. We were talking about it one of the last streams. It wasn't the past one, but it was one before that. We were talking about the solder cam, and he has it mounted to his soldering iron. That's the most OP camera angle ever. That's great. It reminds me of, like, you remember the Doom movie where they had The Rock, and at the very end they did a POV scene where he's going after everybody? That was fantastic. That's too funny. Hey Jax, have a great night, man. Yeah, definitely. I'll catch you next time if we don't see you later on this evening. Oh yeah, see, I didn't even spec out the 4K. The 4K webcam is nut. I'm going with. I was reading up on it. It sounded like the 925 had a better sharpness to the camera viewing, and so I did the 925 Logitech. The 920 looks to be more like the budget one, and then the 930 was a better viewing angle, and I didn't see the need for viewing angle when I'm gonna have this thing just mounted over my desk anyways. I don't think I'll need that much viewing angle. It was like 90 degree as opposed to 78 degree. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what quality looks like when it comes in. I'm sure it's going to be better. My webcam currently is pretty much garbage tier. It's one of those 525s, I think, from back in the day. I haven't upgraded that, but you guys don't care how beautiful I look. You guys are looking more at my desk, I would imagine. So I'll keep this 500 series Logitech for a while longer. But yeah, I think the overhead angle will be great. Because it's just kind of, when I've got the over the shoulder, it's not awful, but it's not as easy to see what's going on. And people that are tuning in to chat, yeah, that's great. Thanks for keeping me company. But if you're looking to learn something, I know it's hard to see what's going on with over the shoulder angle. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me. The real question is more YouTube content when? I need to get going on putting some content together for you guys. You're about to get a harmonica neck stand to mount your sculpt cam on. Oh, to have it like, you would have it like right here, and so it would like have an over. You should just get like a headband and just have the camera mounted on that, like a headlamp. So I will say, and I didn't catch it when I was putting these on for a lot of them, these Outemus have more bent stems from the factory than I've seen from a lot of switches. We were able to recover them all, and it looks like we're fine now. So there's been no harm to that, at least that I can tell so far. But I have pulled off more switches than I have in quite a while. I think I can take the blame for like 2 of them, but when they're bent crisply in half and I take them off, I know I didn't do that. And when I say bent in half, I mean like folded like a piece of paper, right in half. Like this, for instance. I know I didn't do that. Like, so that's how they came from the factory on a lot of them. So we're doing a little bit of pin surgery here on these. It's all good. We'll get there. Just a little bit more effort required. Yeah, it's all good, Cygnus. I know this part of the process just normally doesn't take this long. And so my shift stabilized key has got the same issue with it too, it looks like. Yeah, no, this one was probably me. Like, I'll take credit for it when it's like this. There we go. I'll take credit for it when it's like that. When it's bent like that, I'll take that. That's probably me. Not when it's bent in half like a piece of paper, though. But out of the ones I've had to pull off, the ones that have been like what I just showed you, and the ones that have been like bent in half completely, it's probably 2, maybe 3 switches that I can take the blame for. It's all good. We'll get there. Okay. All right, so the other thing I just want to do real quick is we're gonna go ABS tonight. We'll grab a funky enter key. There's our cherry enter key. That stabilizer sounds good. Looking good there. All right, let me see here. Let me catch up real quick too, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, so I caught Jack's resubscribing. Thank you again to you, my friend. I think we're caught up on followers and everything else. I need to find in this bag, which is always a pain in the butt, a couple of keys. I think there's one. Right, is this the... Nope, those are 1.5s. Do I have 1.25s in this bag? I'm hoping the answer to that question is yes. I have a 1.25 menu key, which I will put over here. Let's continue. I'm feeling optimistic now. Yep, there's a Windows key. Control key. Just making sure I've got my bottom row in the right spot here. Making sure nothing is out of place, which it is not. So we are good. Just double checking this. I know the walls for intro warriors just popped up on this all of a sudden. There we go, guys. We'll pop a couple more keys on, including our pipe key, because I want to make sure that goes in straight. But yeah, we're getting close to soldering time here. Where is... Oh, there's an escape key. I think this is going to sound good. I'm looking forward to this build, guys. I think this going to sound real good. Real nice like. The $1 million question is, can I find a pipe key? What do you guys think? Can we find pipe? Without taking all of these keycaps out of the bag. Where are you, pipe? There can only be so many keys that are that length. There can only be so many. This is madness. I could have dressed this entire keyboard by now. What is going on? And I still haven't found it. It's like Where's Waldo? But it's a beige version. Oh, I just want my pipe key. Is it not in this, like, spoiler alert, it's not in this bag, right? I mean, where in the world? Hey, Alan, chime in real quick, too. Did we put the, did we decide, are we doing stepped caps lock or standard caps lock? Before I get to soldering on it. I'm going to message you. Standard caps. Okay, gotcha. Let me go ahead and swap that then. The standard caps lock. There we go. All right, well, the hunt continues for pipe. We'll take a look over in this bag real quick. Maybe, for whatever reason, my pipe key got mixed in with this. Literally the first cap I pull out of the bag. There we go. Cool. Cool story, guys. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and get rolling on the soldering. Going to restore. Just a little bit of order here. Bear with me for just a second, guys. Oh man, Gio and Alan duking it out. Sounds good, Alan. I'll hit you up on Discord if there's any other questions I have. We're just getting a little organized here, guys. Making sure we're ready to go with a clean desk for soldering. There we go. That's not what I wanted. Did I put... I don't know where my paintbrush cover went. Thought for sure I put that in here. Apparently not. There's that. There's that. Okay. I think we're just about there. I'm going to get another drink before we begin. But we are just about to begin soldering, guys. I'll go ahead and let my iron start heating up. And we will get soldering here momentarily. There's my paintbrush cover. I knew it was close. It was right under me nose. Right under my nose the whole time. Okay. All right. Hang tight, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh man. GMK Cafe coming through with some solid punches. So normally I like to ask a couple times throughout the streams too. Feel free, guys, if this is the first keyboard stream you've watched, to jump in with any questions you might have. Absolutely want to encourage knowledge transfer as I stream. All right, so we're going ahead and start soldering here. Let me go ahead and try and give you guys a better overhead view of what we're doing. There we go. And that wall there should go away ultimately. Describe my perfect day. Oh man, that's not the kind of question I was looking for. My perfect day, that would start on a morning where my kids decide to not wake up before the hour of 6:30, 7 o'clock. And then from there, we would go to a family restaurant down the street from us that we all enjoy as a crew. I'd pick up a Western omelet. And I'm not a big coffee drinker, but every now and then I will go in. But if it's a morning where the girls have slept in, I don't need it. So I'm having orange juice that morning. And then from there, honestly, right now, you know what I'm digging? We've been going to the zoo downtown a fair amount. And that is both a great way to get some steps in throughout the day, but then also keep the kids entertained as well. And so going to the zoo is probably, with the girls, part of my perfect day. A day where the kids don't make me feel like ripping my hair out. That's a great day. And I've got a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old. So the days where I feel like ripping my hair out lately are fairly frequent. I'm a pretty patient man, luckily. All right, I'm gonna need to get my exhaust out here in a second. I forgot. I've actually got pretty good airflow in here right now. These fumes don't feel like they're going straight up into my nose. With the windows open, there's a nice breeze. Yeah, man, absolutely. That changes, right? My perfect day before kids used to be waking up at like 10 o'clock and then going mountain biking and then hitting up some barbecue and then going to a brewery, right? I mean, that used to be the perfect day. Fatherhood changes that a little bit, shifts things up a bit. So the good news is there doesn't look to be much warp to this plate. So that's fantastic. We're a big fan of that. So soldering looks like it should be pretty painless for us tonight. Let's hope that remains the case. There you go, Andy. Hey, that day sounds familiar, man. Oh yeah, perfect day weather-wise. I'm right there with you. I'm more of a fall guy than a spring guy myself, just because I prefer winter over summer. But I will take either a nice, cool, windy April or a nice tempered October day, right? Or even September. Speaking of October and September, uh, this is still very much so in early stages, and I'm hoping to lock in a venue here before I go official with it. But if you are in the Washington, D.C. area, I will be hosting the 6th annual Washington, D.C. Keyboard Meetup. I believe I have a link to the District Keyboard website on my Twitch page. You guys are encouraged to check that out. If you guys are traveling or up and down the East Coast, you know, if DC is not too bad of a drive for you, come check us out. I'll be posting details of where our venue is here shortly. Hope to have some updates on that here in the next week or so. I might have found us a very dope venue. Found us a good venue, and I don't think these people are using it, but the question remains, will they allow us to use it? And that we will see. To be determined there on that. Cool. Hey, absolutely. Hit me up for sure. I'm on Discord. Is it I don't want to butcher your name. Langelandia? Yeah, absolutely. Send me a DM. If for whatever reason the venue that I'm discussing things with now falls through, I will absolutely again be on the market looking for another venue. We were gonna look at hosting a spring meetup, but with work schedules and everything else, it just became too crazy, and so we ended up falling off on that. But this fall is when we're hoping to look for dates again. Saturdays between the hours of like 11 and 6, give or take, for upwards of around 150 people, plus or minus. Langland, Langlandia. There we go. Sounds good. Yeah, absolutely. I'll look for your message for sure. Good stuff. Hey, there we go. So what am I missing? The coffee set. Can you link me what you're talking about, Andy? I don't think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm loving having the window open right now. I don't feel like I need the exhaust at all. I've got pretty good movement of air across my desk. Oh, GMK Cafe. Oh, nice. I didn't know you were. Yeah, I didn't know you were running that. Oh, yeah, those are great colors. Yeah, very cool. Hey, anything with Andy. Andy can speak better than anyone. He's seen my collection. Anything with beige in it, I'm all about that beige life. Hmm. Oh, hey. Where's that beige at? So are you into like artisanal coffee as well, Linglandia? Nice. Yeah, I do remember seeing that interest check, and so that was one that I remember looking at. I was like, oh, this one's actually serious. There have been so many GMK interest checks lately. It's hard to tell which ones are real and which ones are fantasy. Like GMK dots. I still don't believe that's a thing. I thought it was a funny April Fool's joke, and then when people were like, "Hey, we actually like this," and then they turned it into a real thing, I still kind of feel like it's not happening. uh, nice. So I'm not, as I was mentioning earlier, I'm not the biggest coffee drinker. I will drink it every now and then, but it's typically when I need a fix, right? And I'm just struggling throughout my day. So I I will say though that I can crush some just straight up coffee beans. I was in Hawaii the other year, and I was at this coffee farm, and they had like chocolate covered coffee beans and just all sorts of like dry roasted coffee beans. If they weren't chock full of caffeine, I could sit there and eat those all day. Even being chock full of caffeine, I probably would eat way more than I should. Yep, that's exactly where we were at. We were at Kona. We were at the Kona farm on Kauai. Yeah, the Kona employee who was giving us was it Kona? The employee who was giving us the tour. Um, as we were walking out, they dry roast them out there in the sun. They just sit them on this concrete platform, and they just sit there, all the beans, after harvesting. And the guy just walked over and grabbed a handful of them and was like, "Hey, here, have some coffee beans." They were delicious. I think Kona is the name of the company, Sebastian. Kona Coffee. If you look them up on Google and they say they're located out of Kauai, that's the company. A friend of mine made chocolate frosting with crushed up espresso beans in it for inside of a cake. Ooh, that sounds delicious too. I'm not a like a so what's funny is I love eating coffee beans, right? But I'm not like a chocolate ice or a coffee ice cream kind of guy. Um, but in frosting, whew, that sounds dangerous. Dangerously good. The wind has died down a little bit. These fumes are going more in my face now. Come on, wind. Let's get a cross breeze going here. I don't want to have to break out my exhaust. Hey Andy, have a great night, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, man. We'll catch you next time. That's awesome, Cygnus. Are you guys local to the East Coast? I'll have to remember that, and next time I'm in that area, I'll have to stop by if you guys open up shop. Oh shoot. I just loaded up my soldering iron with solder somehow. Missed the mark. Ah, in Florida. Nice. Whereabouts? We go down to Tampa pretty regularly. About once a year, give or take. And I'm sure with the kids, we'll start making our way down to Orlando on a fairly regular basis, at least yearly or semi-annually. Fort Lauderdale? Okay, nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, I know where that's at. We used to go down there about once a year. My brother-in-law used to work at a private golf club down there in the Key Largo area before he decided to get out of that business. He was a teaching pro. Yeah, Disney. You know, so this is funny. Here's my confession of the night. I have not ever been to Disney World, and so was not ever something that we did as a kid. My wife, however, they would go every other year as a kid. And so I'm sure my girls will end up going about every year, every other year as soon as they start getting old enough. My kid ran up to me the other day. I'm sitting there in the living room having just eaten dinner. And this was a night where my wife was still working. So I'm sitting there having just eaten dinner and my little toddler runs up to me. She goes, "Daddy, I want to go to Disney World." And I take a step back. I'm like, "What? Where have you ever heard about Disney World?" And I asked her this question. She goes, "Daddy, I want to see the princesses." Oh, I just about cried. I can see the money leaving my wallet right then and there. I want to see the princesses. Oh yeah, she's definitely she's a little daddy's girl too, man. I'm in trouble. I've already had to start deploying the "What did your mother say?" because she'll ask her for something, and then she'll come running up to me like, "Hey, can I have X?" And I'll give it to her, and I've gotten in trouble with mom once or twice already with that. Yeah, so she's not even 3 years old yet, and she's pitting us against each other. Top of that, she's got a helper that's going to start getting old enough here soon too, to where I'll be doubly in trouble. I have a feeling her little sister's going to be a pistol. We'll see. Yeah, yeah, sounds about right. $300, $350 if you want face paint. AKA $350 if you want a mess. If you want a mess of paint on your kid's face that undoubtedly will get smeared all over theirs and your clothing somehow. Hey Alan, what's going on, man? You're checking in at a pretty good time. We're just closing up. I'm finishing up the last row of switches. Soldering's been really nice tonight. As I mentioned earlier, I got the window open and it's raining out, creating a nice little ambience behind me. And I've not had to turn on my exhaust tonight because there's a nice little cross breeze going across my desk. So I'm digging that. I hate having to turn the exhaust on. It's so damn loud. There's a package for about 100, which isn't too bad Disney standards, and they do a whole princess makeover. All right. I'm sure we will be becoming all too familiar with that here within the next year or so. I think the verdict has been we will go for the first time once our now newborn, who's, well, she's not newborn anymore. I mean, she's like 7.5 months, 7 months. No, she was 7 months yesterday, actually. And so once she turns probably 2, so then we'll probably go to Disney. So I've got some time. What's up, Denton Burton? How you doing, buddy? I see you in chat. Yep. Yeah, the fast pass. I've heard about that. That's definitely a must. We're lucky. So not only has my wife done Disney quite a lot, we also have family friends with 2 boys who are, I want to say probably 6 and 8 these days. Or no. They're 10 and 8. Excuse me. They go to Disney like every year though, and their grandparents live down there, so we'll be all up to speed with the Disney Fast Pass and everything else here as we're going. I'm excited. I'll be like a kid in the candy shop too. I warned my wife she's gonna need to get an extra set of hands from her parents because I'm gonna be like a little kid as well. She's gonna have to run after all 3 of us. Okay, there we go. Yeah, maybe we'll go to Target and we'll get the we'll get the $3 notebook as opposed to the $50 one that they do down there. Yeah, that's what we were kind of thinking. So, but yeah, that's good to know. So I mean, when the youngest is 2.5, the oldest would be 4.5. So I still think we'd probably do a trip when the youngest is like 2 or around there, just because the oldest, she'll be ready at that point. I mean, she's already asking me at age 2 now to go see the princesses. I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble, guys. Send help. I'm in trouble. Mr. Petrov, thank you very much for following. I missed that about 13 minutes ago. I appreciate you. Enjoy your stay here. By all means, let me know if you have any questions, if this is the first keyboard build you've checked out. Alright, let's see here. We're looking good here on the joints. Let's go ahead and get switch hitter loaded up. Yeah, that's a good way of splitting it up. Giving yourself a little bit of time so it still feels like a vacation as opposed to just a whirlwind of a trip. All right, let me go ahead and show this. And do I have switch hitter open still? I do not. There we go. And let's go ahead and take a look here. Make sure all of our switches are looking good. Okay, so this is all. I'll need to rebind this to pipe and tilde probably, because the split backspace is not. That's pipe currently. Home, page up, page down. This should be the number, or the arrows. I think this is a function button. Unless I missed a pin on this. Nope, I did not miss a pin. I'm going with that's function. Yep, that's function. Holding it down, I'm now getting the function keys. Cool. Alan, if you're still here, the Space65 is soldered up and we're looking good. And at the same time, we have also got some heinous music going on here. What in the world? Nope. Too much dubstep in that. Alright. Cool. It's good. It's good. That's right. Go ahead and kick off the soldering iron. Get this out of my way before I burn my house down. And we'll put that there. Okay. Oh yeah, it's good. Very nice. All right. Let's go ahead and get this case put together. Yeah, thanks, Cygnus. I think it turned out nicely. Yeah, I agree. I think we've got a real nice looking board here. Yeah, that's looking good. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and get this. Let's get this dialed in here. Rip. There goes a hex. Did I get the right hex screw out? I did. Yeah. Oops, sorry guys. Where are you going, camera? We're not done here yet. Oh, we got a late night tonight. Thankfully, I'm remote tomorrow. Don't need to worry about going too crazy. Gotta say though, this has just been one of those weeks. You working professionals know what I'm talking about. It has just been one of those kind of weeks. And on top of the craziness that's been happening at different client sites and offices that I work at, my wife's check engine light decided to come on. So it has just been a whirlwind, right? Why do I have an extra screw? Oh, because it goes in here. I just hand you back your board with a handful of screws too. This was extra hardware or something, man. I don't know what happened with this stuff, Alan. It's even better. It's like I'm installing like a ceiling fan for you. I'm installing a ceiling fan and I just hand you like, hey, I don't know what this hardware was doing. Like they must just be extras. Are you sure? Are you sure it's extras? So I want to look at it real quick too. There was one thing that I noticed down that I want to point out. Give me 1 second here. So this piece here, this magnet that's on the back of the board, so that holds this piece in, there was something I noticed. So as you can see, I just wanted to point this out to you. Do you see the metal inserts on the far left and right? You can see them shining. The middle insert there for the magnet, you can see the adhesive a little bit. And you can see that the magnet itself is there on this. Just wanted to show that to you. So these magnets are fine. They're in there, and so half the magnet, of course, is on here, the other half on here. The middle one, it looks like the magnet for the middle piece is like stuck or something to the... Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. Just wanted to make sure you saw that. Before I put the whole thing back together and you message me a week from now saying, hey, what the hell, dude? You broke the magnets on the back of this board. Yeah. I hope that the intro warrior whatever thing didn't get in the way of me showing you that. Let me know if you need more pictures or anything of what I'm talking about there. And I can send those over to you, OG Allen. I don't think it's anything big. I don't think it's anything, you know, game breaking on it, but did just want to let you know that I saw that. I noticed those. All right, so we've got 2 shorter screws and 2 longer screws. Shorter screws go up here. And the longer screws go in the back. There's that. Yeah, I don't foresee it as being one because you've still got two out of the three connection points on those magnets that are still good. Um, but yeah, not a hard thing to fix either. I just didn't want to do it. I just didn't want to start super gluing things though on your board. You know what I mean? So just wanted to let you know about that though. Seams are really good. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the board down here now. Just a little bit of tension on it. Nothing too much. There we go. Yeah, seams are really, really good on this. It's got a real solid look to it. Okay, so let's go ahead. You know what I'm going to do too? Alan, I'm going to go ahead and I'll cut these later. We'll just leave them as is for right now without the bump-ons. Let me go ahead and get the board dressed here. I do not believe I have like a full compatibility kit for this. So keep that in mind, guys. Sorry in advance. So I know some of our, I'll go ahead and turn this off. I know some of our keycaps might be blank here at the end of the day. Alright, let's see if I can get this thing dressed without having to take every single keycap out of the bag. Ooh, I can tell right now I'm gonna like the way this sounds. I think you are too, Alan. It's gonna be nice. What's this? Nope, that's row 5. Womp womp. Sure, we'll put that guy up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think this is just magnet. Yep, that's just magnet. That'll come out. The screws are not holding that in. I didn't take it off just then, but it does wiggle a little bit. So that would come out. 7, 8, 9, 0. Boom. And like I said, you get a thing of tweezers and you just take the magnet that's in the center there, pull them apart, get the super glue, put a little dot on the gray part, and then put that magnet in there. It'll secure up, and I don't think you'd have any issue whatsoever. That's a pretty, in my opinion, it's a pretty menial thing, I think. But I did just wanna point that out though, since I just noticed it. Why do I have multiple? These sets are jacked up. I'm putting like multiple sets on this board. I don't know what I'm looking at. I've got like, this is either KA 1953 or OG. OG die subs. It's one or the other. The OG die subs were new in box too, so it's kind of hard to tell between the GMK and the die sub what's what. Do, 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 do. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but ooh-wee. Hey, I'm looking forward to that one too. What switches have you decided on for that build? Or do you know yet? Because that would be nice. I like building the Alice. Alice is a great board. I think I've built 2 Alices for clients. I've built 3 for myself. Yeah, I built a couple Alice boards. They're nice. I think Alice is probably one of the most unique 60% boards I've ever used. I've not used an EM7, but they're kind of similar, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I actually built an Alice with the red Holy Pandas, the Yawk switches. Turned out pretty nice. I have a typing test video of that on my YouTube. So yeah, definitely check that out. The sound quality, I'll warn you, something didn't compress, or something compressed incorrectly when I recorded that. And so I'm not as pleased with that sound quality as with some of my others, but it gives a fairly decent feel for what it sounds like. But yeah, very good. Very good choice and switch. Just you know, lube them up and you're good to go. I built one of my favorite I think it was 62 gram. One of my favorite builds with the Alice was the tangerines. That turned out really good. Tangerines on the brass plate was very nice. Yeah, and I ended up dailying that for probably, that was my work board for probably like 4 months. Yeah, I really liked that build out with the tangerines. Gatorons are just so good. But yeah, you know, if you're going for tactiles, yeah, can't go wrong with some Holy Pandas. OG too, that'd be sweet. I haven't used an OG Holy Panda in quite some time. I actually turned mine into Xandas that were in an M65 that was built by Simon. So the only Holy Pandas I had were in that from the original Inver buy. Sure, whatever, I'll just put that there for now, just to fill her up. These last 2 switches are going to be the last handful of caps I pull out of this bag. That's always the way it works, right? I can never pull the caps I need out in the order I need them. All right. Let's see here. Do we have something we can put up top? Let's put... Do we have a pipe or something? Put a scroll lock up there. The most worthless key ever, right? We've got a pipe, but it's not the right profile. Let's put this up there. Whatever. That's not ideal. But hey, look at that. Woo. Oh yeah. Oh, you guys ready to hear this thing? Pause the music. Oh yeah. Pause the music. Hold the phone. Let's get the desk cleared off and get some typing tests going. This thing sounds good. Like, really good. Might be one of the best sounding boards I've had on my desk in some time. This shitty Jane build up on top with vintage browns. What kind of idiot puts vintage browns in a Jane? The sounds cannot compare. I've got to say, first impressions of the Outemu Sky switches are it's nice. Are these the V2 Outemu Skies? Do you know by chance, Alan? It's a good switch. I like it. Nice. Yeah, I remember. So when you said you were sending those, I read up real quick the review that HBob had put out, and it sounded like he was a big fan of them, so long as you throw some lube on there, and which you did. So. All right. Well, with that said, guys, without any further ado, let me go ahead and get a sound test going for you guys. All right. Clear that off there, that there. Let's go ahead and do this here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Great looking diffusion. I'm digging it. I'm digging it, guys. Pretty cool, clean look, if you ask me. I think the LEDs are low profile enough to really have a good polished look to it. And wait until you guys hear the sound on these Outemu Sky switches. All right, we are going to go ahead and turn the volume up. Be prepared to edit your volumes here accordingly. Very thocky. Oh yes. All right, guys, let's see what it sounds like here. Redo, redo, redo. Yeah, guys, I have to agree. I think this sounds really, really good. Yeah, Time Lord Alonzi. Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, no, I agree, Alan. I think you've got a really great sounding board here. This sounds really really thocky. It's very nice. Let me check something here real quick. Make sure. Yeah, that looks good. Oh yeah. So I will say the only reason I'm a little bit slower here is because backspace is still bound up to these keys, and so it's pipe here. And so when I go to backspace, I'm trying to find a 1RU or a 1RU. I'm trying to find a 1U key. So that's the reason why I'm a little bit slower on this one. Let's go ahead again. Ooh-wee. Hey, Alan, thanks so much for the subscription there. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, guys, so this is lubed with 3204, I think Alan said. Lubed really, really nicely. It sounds great. The board acoustically sounds awesome. This is the first night, obviously, of typing on it after having them built. I do not believe these... Yeah, sickness, I am. I do not believe these have been in another board before. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Alan, but, I mean... with a break-in on these switches as well, this board is only going to feel and sound better. I mean, this is great. This is a really good sounding board. Oh boy. Hey, Mudkip Mao. There will indeed. Yeah, so I have VODs up on Twitch. There's been no noise dampening material between the PCB and the case on this one, so this is just stock with the with the Space65. So exactly as it comes. It's a carbon fiber plate with Outemu Skies. What's the spring weight that you have in here? Haha, 9 trials. That's a good question. But they mostly use stenographs, and so yeah, they type much faster than you can with a normal QWERTY keyboard. It's a good question. So Time Lord Alonzi, I'm not 100% certain if it'll fit. It looked to be a pretty close clearance here. Honestly, though, I mean, with the sounds of it, you almost feel like you don't need it, right? I mean, it sounds really good. I mean, yeah, it could silence and dampen the sound even more. But yeah, you know, you might need to really get a liner that's really, really thin. Oh yeah, so 9 trials. If you're looking to get into like stenograph, they type kind of like, you remember, I mean, like secretaries for lawyers back in the day would need to learn how to write in shorthand. They kind of type similar to that. You type in like phrases as opposed to just words. Not phrases. What is it? There's no way I'm going to remember this word right now. I can't think of it. Let me look it up. Sounds. It's sounds, though. It's phonics. You're absolutely right. That's what I was looking for, Cygnus. Yeah, you type in phonics as opposed to, yeah, and syllables as opposed to actual, you know, each key press will control multiple, and you actually, there's things you press in concurrence with it, right? And so, so like, you know, to type a word, you might do something like this, like that might be a word. And so you type out an entire word by doing 3 key presses all at the same time, or like 2 key presses at the same time. And so, yeah, it's definitely, it's a completely different way of typing. But yeah, people that do that, you'll see people on 10 fast fingers enter in the typing competitions with a stenograph, and they'll have like 250 words per minute. You'll be like, what the fuck, how? And then it's the steno. The steno is just so quick. Yeah, the backspace is getting me. Yeah, the backspace is getting me for sure. Yeah, I just love hearing this thing. I need to go to bed, but man, I just love hearing this thing. This thing sounds fantastic. Oops, sorry guys. Oh, yeah, no, I was just testing all the keys. Um, yeah, and Gino, I agree, man. Yeah, that definitely it's fun. Yeah, typing noise podcast, right? Hey, thanks, Cygnus. I appreciate you stopping by tonight, man. Have a great one. Yeah, guys. So yeah, I'm probably gonna close it up here too, as well. I'd probably do just another typing test. Man, I wish I could just chill here and type all night on this thing. This sounds really so good. But yeah. Before things die down here, I'll say thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been fun. I think we enjoyed building this thing. It was a good build process. The unboxing, everything from start to finish was all good. The guys who are in this Space65 build, I think you guys all have something to look forward to. It's really definitely it's a nice build and a nice product that they've put together here. So if anyone else has another one that wants me to build it for them, by all means, hit me up. I'll be happy to build as many of these as people are interested in having built. And I'm going to have to come back and build more of these Outemu Sky switches. These are nice. Man, these are nice. It kind of, the only thing I will say, these switches I could see would fall into the same category for me as Holy Pandas. I don't know if it's the case or if it's the switch, but man, I think these sound better than many of the Holy Panda builds I've done. But what I was getting at is fall into the category of Holy Pandas for me because they're so tactile that with the Holy Pandas, and when I ran those, and then Xandas and a couple of other, like, you know, Franken switches for tactiles, after the novelty would wear off and you're typing for a long time on them, they feel more fatiguing for me. And I'm very light when it comes to switches. I like the switches to be really, really light. And so for me, they tire my weak little fingers out. That's purely preference. That has nothing to do with how good or not good I think the switch is. I think the switch is fantastic. Hey Gino, absolutely, man. Thank you for stopping by. Definitely. Have a great night, buddy. Alright, we'll do one more typing test. Let's go for speed on this last one, and then we're done for the night. Oh boy. Oh, we've imploded. Redo. We're like halfway in too. Man, redo. We imploded in that line. Redo. I'm not gonna hit 100. I'm blaming the backspace not being bound. Redo. Alright, let me go ahead and turn my mic back down to normal. Alright guys, you should be back to normal. You might need to turn me up a little bit. I'm not sure how it's gonna roll. But yeah, Alan, I'll go ahead and I'll remap the backspace for you too. I need to figure out what bootmapper client it's running on this PCB. But yeah, that said, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and call it, and I will be streaming again next, probably next week early. I need to get down to a consistent streaming schedule. I think that would help with viewership. But anyways, yeah, thanks guys, and yeah, have a great night. If you followed or subscribed, I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you guys next time. Later.